Good morning. We are continuing integration curriculum, and this is part 2 of the series of integration. And in the last session we had stopped at natural history of teachers integrating the content. At the lowest level, the teachers are unaware what teachers of other subjects are teaching. So therefore, they are unable to integrate the content of other subjects. In the next phase of growth, the teachers are made aware of what teachers of other subjects are teaching, so that when they are teaching, they could integrate the content of other subjects. After that, since it is very useful, the teachers, they consult with each other. It is not required. They should be made to become aware, and when they consult each other, they know what teachers of other subjects are teaching, so that they can integrate the content of others when they are teaching their subject. Now when they know that, so when they are teaching a topic of their subject, they know what concepts of other subjects are required by the student, so that the concept of his subject can be explained onto previous concepts. So therefore, the teacher, while teaching his subject, is integrating the content of other subjects in a very effective way. After that, another process is very important is that they sit down formally. There is a central person which is also looking after this process, and a very good tool which can guide the teachers to integrate is the timetable. So they link the topics around the themes like system, organs of the body, or clinical presentation in the timetable. That brings into the awareness of the faculty members when they see a timetable, the content of other subjects which is being taught in that week or previous week or even before that or in future. That helps them in a much better way to teach within their own subject the content of other subjects. This is happening within a single subject. As the integration tends to grow and evolve, then the time comes when integration of the content across the subject start, not when our teacher is teaching our topic of his subject. Two subjects, they may join, and the common content can form a mini course in the whole curriculum or workshops and so on. Integrated teaching sessions are present, in which in that teaching session one teacher of a subject is not teaching, multiple teachers of multiple subjects are participating, or teachers are not participating, students on their own are doing that to learn. Initially, this component, integrated teaching sessions, their number is less, but as the time grows, it tends to form the dominant portion of the curriculum. At a higher level of the growth, the subject tend to lose boundary, and it brings together a number of subjects in a single course, usually around themes, and so on and so forth. Theoretical frameworks exist of the highest levels, but it is being practiced very rarely nowadays. At this point of time, but in future, who knows? One must understand that there are methodologies of integration. There are usually two methodologies of integrations, and they are methodologies of the continuum of integration. As we have read and talked about two primary sources of integration. So therefore, the two most common continuums of methodologies of integration are Harden's methodology of integration, which is 11 steps, Forgarty's methods of integration, 10 levels. Since Harden had written his article many years after Forgarty, so his thought reflects the same thought. His concept reflects the same concept, but names are different. That is one basic difference. Otherwise, if you analyze them, they both are speaking same thing in different language. For example, he has used the word steps, he has used level, he has divided the continuum into 11 shades, he in 10 shades. In levels, he is divided into within a single discipline, across the discipline, within and across learners. And Harden has given away with this. But it is present because the initial steps are talking about form 1, his middle steps are talking about form 2, and later steps are talking about form 3. If you compare them, just to give you an example, Harden step 9 named multidisciplinary is equal to Forgarty level 6 named web. Let me introduce you the medical jargon of integration. Talking about Harden, talking about Forgarty. Talk about Harden, step 1 isolation, step 2 awareness, step 3 harmonization, step 4 nesting, step 5 temporal coordination, step 6 sharing, step 7 correlation, step 8 complementary, and the 9, 10, 11 are disciplinaries, multi, trans, multi, inter and transdisciplinary. We talk about Forgarty. He is talking about level 1, rather he is naming level 1 fragmentation, level 2 connected, level 3 nesting, level 4 sequence, level 5 shared, level 6 web, level 7 threaded, level 8 integrated, level 9 immersed, level 10 network. So difficult to remember because it's pure memorization. But one should memorize important things. And one thing to remember is there are only two accepted methodologies of continuum of integrations which are used in developing a curriculum. They are Harden and Forgarty. Harden names them as steps, Forgarty names them at level. In continuum, there are 11 steps and 10 levels. You can easily understand it means one level cannot correspond to the first step or to the one step of Harden. There is going to be difference as you go up. For example, Harden step 8 complementary is same as level 5 shared of Forgarty. One can remember this. Or one can remember what I had read before, that complementary is same as webbed. Whereas the complementary is, multidisciplinary is same as webbed. Second thing one can remember. At least one can remember. And out of these two, if you have to remember, please remember Harden. Because when people are talking of integration, they are usually using the terms which refers to step of Harden. And when you're remembering Harden, temporal coordination, correlation, complementary, nesting. These are the 4 words or 4 terms or 4 steps about which you should have clarity. The educational implication of this are the integration may occur within a single subject or across the subjects. The integration may occur across subjects of same academic year, which will be called as a horizontal integration, across subjects of different academic years, which is called as a vertical integration. The integration can be done by many different ways. The integration may be done by placing topics in the timetable appropriately, by using methods of teaching that promote integration, for example, problem-based learning, case-based learning, team-based learning, or introducing short duration process that promote integration, like in trauma cases you can see the primary trauma care, basic life support, and so on and so on. So there are many ways by which integration can be done. This is the original diagram which Harden has used, because he has termed them steps, so he showed a ladder. And they are called as steps of ladder. To repeat: isolation, awareness, harmonization, nesting, temporal coordination, sharing, correlation, complementary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. I hope this helps you. The third part of this series is going to explain these terms. I hope it helps you, and see you in the next. Bye bye. Have a good time.